Hey, Nick.
Phil.
Today we're going to be talking about the model for feedback from Center for Creative Leadership Development Program. It's likely that you may be hearing of this model if you're a colleague of somebody who's recently come through this course. And we thought it would be a nice way to explain this model instead of having somebody who's gone through our course have some mumbo jumbo. Oh, this new feedback model. So tell us, why is this model important and why do we teach it?
Well, I think first of all because when you ask people about do you think feedback's a good idea, everyone says yes, I think it's really important. And the only problem with that is everyone hates giving feedback and everyone hates receiving it. But apart from that, we all think it's a good idea. And the reason is that a lot of people have had bad experiences with feedback because they've tried to do it without a tested, proven method for how to do it. So this is one we use with, the 21,000 leaders who come through our programs each year, and it's the one that they often go back and start applying straight away and find most practical. So it's a proven method for how to do it and make it one, easy to hear, and two, easy to deliver.
Great, so let's just explain the model real quick.
All right.
Let's start with, so it's 3 points: situation, behavior, impact. Let's start with situation. This is about anchoring whatever happened, or whatever feedback you want to give to this person in a time and place.
Right.
So that they bring up the memories and the ideas of where they were when something happened.
Yep.
Like today at lunch when I asked you for lunch, what did you say? No, I don't want to have lunch with you. But that brings up a specific memory and idea of when that happens.
At lunchtime today.
At lunchtime today,
right.
Yesterday morning during breakfast,
yep.
During our finance meeting,
yep.
Last week.
Right.
Right.
Perfect. Okay, so the behavior piece is next, and this is describing for the other person what you saw and or heard them do. So the key to doing this is to keep it very concrete, factual, and specific. What did you see and hear? So it could be the behavior was you patted me on the shoulder and said, "Nice job." The behavior was you shook my hand and looked me in the eye. The behavior was you crossed your arms and looked away when I was talking to you. The behavior was you let out a big sigh and then you interrupted me. So if you stick to the facts, people aren't going to argue so much because they have a think and they think, yes, I did do those things. Where people get themselves into trouble most often is they will describe their perceptions of your emotions, or they will mind read how you were feeling. So the behavior was you were angry. And what are you going to say in response?
No, I was really, really passionate.
Right, and I say, no you weren't, you were angry.
I'm passionate.
And then we go back and forth, you have an argument, or you say, you were being difficult, and they'll say, no, I wasn't being difficult. I'm just sort of putting my views forward. And you're in a debate on whether someone is angry or difficult or not. So the key is just stick to the behaviours you saw and or heard them do. And so they're much less likely to push back and argue.
All right. So the third part of this model is called impact.
Right.
Now, we like to deliver impact about what you should be changing.
Right. Yeah.
Quit closing your arms, quit rolling your eyes at me every time you do that. But impact is about the impact on yourself.
Right.
Because you observe this behavior and you have some kind of impact. So it's what you felt or thought in regards to that behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So when you cross your arms and you turn your head, I felt frustrated.
Right.
I thought maybe you weren't listening to me.
Right.
Or when you pounded your hand into your other hand and you said, blah, 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 which sometimes you say, I felt scared.
Right.
Maybe we're getting in a fight or something.
Right.
But the key is to deliver the impact as it impacted yourself.
Right.
And one of the biggest mistakes somebody says is, when you did that, I feel like you were being a jerk.
Right. Uh-huh.
Or you were being arrogant.
So, and I'd go straight back into, no, I wasn't. I wasn't being arrogant. And we're arguing again, right?
Yep. But when I say I felt frustrated,
yep.
Can you argue with that?
Not if it's how you felt. How you felt is how you felt.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the model. Situation, time and place.
Mm-hmm.
Behavior, what did you see or hear them do?
Yep.
Impact, how did it impact you personally? What did you feel or think?
Right. And when you do it like this, it's very clean language. So it's much less likely to trigger a hot button in the other person because it's factual, then the impact on how I felt. So it's very clean in the way you do it.
Right.
Right.
Should we give him a quiz?
Yeah,
All
sure.
All right, so Nick and people, tell me what I'm doing right now.
It looks like you're swimming, I think.
Looks like I'm swimming. Is there water here? Am I in a bathing suit?
No, thankfully, no.
Thankfully not. Appreciate that, Nick. I'll have an S.B.I. for you later. No, but because our mind is trained to recognize patterns, you see me swinging my arms and breathing, you think, oh, he must be swimming, but there's no swimming pool. These are the behaviors that you're seeing.
Right.
And our mind is to jump to the conclusions like this person's being arrogant or so forth. And this takes out the automatic judgments that we do when normally we're giving feedback.
Right, so we add in a whole story around the behaviors we see, create a story, and that's what we describe to people. And that's when we get in trouble when we're doing feedback, right? Right. So the key when you think about S.B.I. is this isn't the whole conversation, right? This is the bridge into your coaching conversation. When you do the S.B.I. though, it opens it up, and the people are usually going to say, so what do you think I could do differently then? Or they're going to ask different questions where you can now go into a dialogue. So that's the coaching part, but this will get you into the coaching conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so if you're at home watching this, or if you're in a group watching this, what we'd like you to do is, why don't you try writing down an S.B.I. and seeing if you get the 3 core elements. Yeah. And if you're with your colleagues, try discussing it. What are you hitting correctly? What are you struggling with? And use this as a tool or a method to start giving the feedback in which people will maybe be less, would push back less on you. Yeah, great.
Bingo.